Hey, are you thinking of making a move to Portland, Oregon from the Bay Area? Well, that's cool because today I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I'm going to be talking about some of the similarities and differences between living in Portland and San Francisco. We're going to get into all of that right now. Hey, if it's your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living, eating, sleeping, playing, working, the good and the bad of living in Portland, Oregon, then subscribe to the channel and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Portland. My name's Matt. I'm a real estate agent, and my team and I, we get calls and emails all the time from people just like you who are looking for help to make their move to Portland, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, 190 days, be sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Portland. Now, as I mentioned, I am in the Bay Area today, specifically San Francisco. As you can see behind me, the Golden Gate Bridge. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Right now, I don't know why anyone would ever want to move away from this place, but you know, sometimes you gotta move. And today I'm gonna be talking about some of the observations I'm making between comparing the Portland area to the Bay Area. So the first thing that I always notice every time I come here, it is a vastly huge city. And you've got your San Francisco area, you've got the East Bay area, you've got South Bay, you've got all the suburbs that are surrounding this whole area, and it's just a big place. And the thing about Portland is that it's very small in comparison, and it's much easier to get around, more manageable, which brings me to actually the first thing I wanted to talk about, which is the fact that Portland has a 75% lower population density than the San Francisco area. In Portland, there's approximately 1,700 residents per square kilometer, whereas when you compare that to San Francisco, you're looking at 6,600 approximately per square kilometer. And that's quite a big difference. People are quite literally living on top of each other here, and I can understand why you might want to kind of get a little bit more space in your life, and so Portland might be able to offer that for you if you are feeling kind of cramped and cooped up here in the Bay Area.
That sounds good, Peter.
One of the other main things that I've noticed about the Bay Area in comparison to Portland is pretty obvious as soon as you go into the city, is that it is expensive here. There's no comparison to the cost of living in San Francisco versus Portland. It is significantly more expensive to live here in San Francisco. I mean, I paid $20 the other day for a sandwich. Honestly, I'll give you that. It was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life, but it's still San Francisco prices here. It's not cheap. So if you're financially stressed, you may be able to alleviate that a little bit in Portland, because the median 2-bedroom apartment in San Francisco is close to $4,000 for rent. And in Portland, that is closer to the $2,500 mark. As far as home prices, in San Francisco, the median sales price of a home is $1.4 million, whereas you can get approximately the same in Portland for about the $650K mark. So that is a pretty significant difference. Transportation is 11% lower in Portland. Food costs are 17% lower. Entertainment and leisure is 8% lower. Healthcare, 16% lower. There's just really no comparison when you're looking at the cost of living between the two places. It's a pretty obvious win for Portland. That said, you know, there's a give and take, because with a much lower cost of living, there's also more rainy days. So, you know, look at how beautiful of a day it is right now in San Francisco. This is the end of December. I'm sitting here right around Christmas time making this video. And as I speak, in Portland, there are power outages and an ice storm. And so, yeah, to go back to just kind of the feeling of living in Portland, there's more space to move around, and you're gonna see a lot more detached single family homes, whereas in San Francisco specifically, what I see mostly are attached style housing. It just depends on your preference and what you're really looking for. Because of how much it rains actually in Portland, it's definitely going to be a lot greener in Portland. We have more trees. It's definitely going to be a lot greener in Portland. I noticed there's just a lot more nature and greenery within the city of Portland. And if you want to hear me talk more about the pros and cons of Portland, I go into detail on the rain in Portland. So you're going to want to check out my pros and cons video for that. All right, I am back in Portland and just wanted to quickly recap some of the points I was making back in San Francisco. First of all, San Francisco is just so big. The Greater Bay Area in general, it's huge. And here in Portland, everything is much more condensed and easy to manage getting around town, even from one side of town all the way to the other side of town. Another thing that I talked about in the video a couple seconds ago is the ice storms in Portland. And to be perfectly honest, they don't happen that often during the winter, occasionally maybe once or twice a year, and they're relatively short-lived, you know, a couple days to a week maybe at the very most of inconvenience, and then after that it just kind of goes back to typical status quo winter weather for Portland, which I talk about in that other video, so you should check that out. Also, the pretty obvious one is that San Francisco is way more expensive than Portland in just about every single way, from real estate to restaurants, so you can expect to save a little bit of money up here. But I don't want to dunk on the city completely, because hey, it is beautiful in the Bay Area, and if you never want to leave, I completely understand. But if a change in scenery is in order, Portland might be a good place to call home. It's different enough from the Bay Area to give you a completely fresh start, but it's also similar enough to, you know, make sure you don't miss much. Like, we've got a great food scene here and amazing coffee everywhere. There's a huge booming tech scene here, and the entire western suburb of Portland, Washington County, is referred to as the Silicon Forest. The median age for both San Francisco and Portland is pretty similar, right around the 35 to 38 range. Both places have really cool people and a great entertainment scene and a great art scene. And both places have a lot of bridges, but in Portland, you don't have to pay a toll to cross the bridges, and they're a lot shorter. So with all that said, I really hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel, because I am trying to bring value like this every single week. And if you are thinking of making a move to Portland, Oregon, or the surrounding suburbs, reach out. You know, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us a text, give us a call, send us an email, and we would be happy to help you make a smooth move to Portland. And I want to sincerely thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.